Так, такая немножко паскудная музыка, честно говоря, скрипка, когда чисто скрипка играет. Так, Инау, привет. Ну чё, начнем мы вампира. Самый легкий вариант прохождения. Вы оказываетесь в важной части игры, но зато сможете в полной мере насладиться сюжетом. Не следует смерть, ничего не бояться. Будете легко побеждать всех сразу же. Это фигня, это очень легко. Эти горожан, у вас персонаж развивается быстрее. Количество убитых горожан. Привет, Виктор. О. Ну это вообще хардкор, да? Не, пойдем вот нормально. Мы ж легких путей не ищем.
8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song.
Это выражение рассказывает, не совсем понятно.
Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is grass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death? Pending.
Блин, такой голос страшный. А, 2К рублей. Ну, 1900 он там. В зависимости от площадки там разные цены. Но я тебе скажу так, что я сторонних производителей взял эту игру. Потому что столько денег не наберешь. Я понял тебя. Так, я очнулся такой в шоке весь. Среди трупов. Явно что-то надо ему. Ну, походу он это слабый, надо ему крови выпить, я так понимаю. Пить хочу. Ну да, он ее видит, как это сосуд кровяной. Варенье ему надо. Малиновое, да? Ну да. Он только чувствует по сосудам, как ее кровь течет, и все. Она говорит, хорошо, что жив. Ясно. Не выдержал. А это его какая-то, блин, близкий человек какой-то. А, мой милый брат, сестра.
Mary.
Отлично.
No. Mary.
Ну да, где-то тут жажду удовлетворил. И только очухался. Но уже поздно.
No. No.
Да.
What have I done? This horror. It's a nightmare.
Кто там увидел?
Please, a moment, let me explain.
Ну, графон такой, ничего, такой прикольный, хороший, красивый, мне нравится.
These patrols are after me. No,
Ой-ой-ой.
don't shoot.
А, видишь, он бегать умеет быстро.
This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! There's one of those birds. There's one of them. No, please stop. I mean you no harm.
Ё-моё, мне даже ничего нету.
What's going on?
Что происходит?
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка. Опа, атака в ближнем бою. Что ближний бой. Отлично. Ножик нашел. Выбрать цель.
Sorry, but you left me no choice.
ХП восстанавливается, ты смотри.
Who are you, stupid beast?
Уклониться или что? Опа.
Sorry.
Не расходуется какая-то выносливость, что внизу, походу.
No, please stop.
Ой-ой-ой.
Who are you? He's done for.
Чё, как-то резкий такой.
What do you want?
Так, нужно что-нибудь поискать. Ничего нету вкусного.
I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please.
Зарядить забыл, что ли?
I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name?
I'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Определенные элементы, в том числе огонь, наносит повышенный урон, снижающий ваш максимальный уровень здоровья. А, вот он и упал. Это ограничение. Так, вот чувак с огнем.
I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go.
Блин! Опа.
I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Так, какую-то хату нашел. Огонь и солнце, красота. Ну ясно. В общем, я тут боюсь солнца. А свечи горят. Ну да, горят, точно горят свечи. О, шиллинги. Вот тут есть, значит, что-то покупать можно. В магазин ходить. Какие-то у него воспоминания интересные.
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us,
тебя кто-то превратил, да? По-любому. А что там за эти консервы стоят? Сгущенка? Флешбеки. Ну, как-то мне нравится. Прикольно сделано. О! Алкашку нашел. Пузырь нашел. Ой, какая-то некрасивая.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose
это эти, блин, по карманам еще лазят. Гробовщики, да. А, они меня выкинут. Это мои часы, оказывается.
That's impossible.
Нифига себе ты, блин, какие-то, Святослав, стишки эти с мест не столь отдаленных. Так, часики на... О, тут есть какая-то система. Интересно. Тыдын, тыдын. Предметы. Предметы такие-то. Продать можно бухло. И еще бутылку разобрать на части можно. Дом заброшен, свечи с лампами горят. Ну, видишь, кто-то поджег же. Я так понимаю, это моя хата. Ну, моя квартира. Как Святослав написал, хата. Опа. Что нам зеркальце скажет? А, это от укуса.
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me?
Я гулял, и меня вот какой-то кровосос засосал. Привет, Леха.
No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Так, еще есть комодик. 5 шиллингов еще плюс. Нормально, Леха. Как у тебя дела? И что за шприц? Он себя в карман положил. О, револьвер, отлично. Ему уже он не понадобится, а мне точно надо. Хотя вампир, мачете. Привет, Игорь.
The orders are to evacuate the hospital.
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
Видел пикчу в Дискорде. Да, я там видел фотки твои. О, мне пистик добавился. Дела у меня лучше некуда. Удалил PUBG Mobile. Памяти хер прибавилось. Ну как там же он уже папка около гига занимает, наверное. Ну прикольно, про яйца, да. У нас тоже какие-то похожие есть. Рекламы про яйца. Сейчас. Не, у нас про майонез. О, у нас звучит так: майонез на яйцах. У нас про майонез есть. У нас такие есть рекламы. Ездит общественный транспорт, и там так написано: майонез на яйцах. Так. Два с половиной гига потратил на папку. Время сколько вложил? Состоятельно? Ну да, он какой-то был. Возможно, да, вот ты прав. Возможно, он был врач, потому что он там хотел спасти. Так, 2-го уровня. Тут надо еще винт, масла всякие покупать. И все коту под хвост. Ну, бывает в жизни разочарование, Алексей. Не без этого. Нашел майонез на яйцах. Нашел? Ну, молодец. Окровавленный. Ну, блин, ну его читать, в принципе. Кто захочет, может поставить на паузу и все это перечитать. Это история, как чувака. Папки Тим постоянно индейцы. Чего ты там, Игорь, написал одним словом? Ладно, видимо, мне тут поспать надо, чтобы дальше идти. Слишком много букв.
So be it.
Ты на что это решился, чувак? Ты же вампир, ты себя не убьешь, ты не в курсе? Тебе надо или на солнце, или чтобы тебя сожгли, или там какой-то кол осиновый. У меня там шпион сзади лазит. И что, это мне выстрелить надо? А если не стрелять? Или тут по сюжету надо стрелять? Ну ладно. А, ну это так, видимо, надо. Что тут за... Я пропаганда суицида. Я ничего не пропагандирую.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Что это за голос? Ух ты. Развитие. Вы можете отдохнуть и развить навыки. Прикольно. Чтобы повысить свой уровень и улучшить вампирские навыки, вам придется тратить опыт. А вот опыт 1735 единиц. Окей. Это Веном с ним разговаривал? Ну, в принципе, да, похоже. Автофагия. 200 единиц. Вы расходуете свою самостоятельную кровь, чтобы мгновенно восполнить здоровье. Ага, прикольно. Силу своей крови, чтобы использовать очень повышенный урон, а также ускорять восстановление мышц, нервов и костей. Вампиры отнюдь не бессмертные, они быстро регенерируют, но стоит ли лишить их этой способности, как они перестанут быть непобедимыми. Да, я смотрел этот фильм, но я хочу его еще раз пересмотреть. Я как-то что-то... Я смотрел, где-то в гостях, наверное, его смотрел такой, в таком... В легком, так сказать, опьянении смотрел. И много чего не упускал в этом фильме. Плюс мы еще общались. Так я так... Так что я хочу его пересмотреть. Веном. Я смотрел уже Т3? Нет, еще не смотрел. Там где-то Петров играет. Нет, не смотрел. Так, вкачали, да? Вкачали теперь. Развитие. У вас достаточно единиц опыта, чтобы разблокировать наступательный навык. Наступая, вот, наступательные когти. На ближней дистанции, которые наносят урон всем живым существам перед вами. Т-34 ты имеешь не смотреть, там все нелогично. Но во многих фильмах много чего нелогичного. Просто можно посмотреть ради того, чтобы самому оценить той или иной фильм. Кровавое копье. Я вообще фильмы не смотрю. Проще потом кино «Грехи» посмотреть. Не, я фильмы люблю. Мне нравится фильмы смотреть и самому оценивать. Просто есть же критики такие, что каждый сам по себе критик, и он что-то нравится, что не нравится. А у нас время перевели, я так понимаю, завтра мне. Так, кровавое копье, теневой туман. До 2 метров облако звонок и умные цели. А что лучше выбрать? Наверное, ближний бой или, наверное, копье выбрать? Можно какие кидать в этих. Хотя у меня есть пистолет. Я люблю, в принципе, ближний бой играть. На час вперед. Давайте когти, наверное. Туман. Это туман, он взрывается. Ну да, там писали, что от этого зависит и тактика боя. Но тут взрывается облако, он же так же и тебе может урон нанести. Угу. Я ссылаюсь все-таки на копье. Хотя люблю ближний бой, когти. Давайте когти. Наверное. Как мягкое и нежное мясо. Вот тут их вкачивать можно. Мы ж стелс любим. Или нет? Ну что у нас с копьем? Копье это на дальней дистанции. Кто-то дис поставил. Ну, ничего страшного. Хорошо. Хейтеры тоже должны присутствовать. Показывают, снаряды параллельно пролетают мимо друг друга, значит танки должны сжечь друг друга. Но при этом немецкий танк подрывается, а Петров едет дальше. Петров едет дальше. Раньше был, как во всех фильмах, этот Козловский, а сейчас во всех фильмах Петров у нас. Козловский, как где-то я читал, он снимается в таких фильмах, что он богатый, капец, у него немерено денег, он ездит на дорогих тачках, но при этом не работает ничего. Так, хорошо, когти вкачали. Глава 1. Задача найти вампира, с которого все началось. Ух ты. Где-то рядом до комиссии. Если найти ответы, возможно, сначала стоит узнать, что здесь произошло, пока меня не было. А затем ради того, что сделал кто-то со мной. Типа дома надо поспать, чтобы сохранить прогресс. Да, это как сохранение. Как сохранение идет. Какая-то троечка у меня тут появилась. Четыре концовки? Нет, я не в курсе. Кто там 3 базарит? Ух ты, там какие-то плохиши. Нужно бежать. Ух ты! Прикольно, ты смотри. Я как Веном. Терин. Недочеловек. Чем меньше убивать, тем лучше концовка. Потому что, ты понимаешь, чтобы мой персонаж прокачивался, когда я читал, убирал сложность, тут надо, грубо говоря, убивать этих мирных жителей, ну, как бы, кровь. Смоктать ее, чтобы прокачиваться быстрее. Старый кол. О. Оружие для левой руки. Ключ от убежища. Нажмите правую кнопку мышки. Это оружие обладает особым эффектом и расходует выносливость. Дисвап, тут вроде да, тут похожая карта, как в этом. Или в Мафии, ну вот похожие, да, даже вот по картинке. Или в GTA первые, там GTA какие-то, я так понимаю. Ну вот она, в принципе, она не особо-то и большая, но вот он. Маркер игрока. Я ничего не ставил вроде.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
До Лондона вернуться домой. Ну тогда концовка от убийства не зависит. Просто в метро новом так было. Хочешь хорошую концовку, нельзя убивать. В диалогах. Пройди налево. Ну вот я вот налево и пошел. Но тут нет никого. Оба. Оглушение нажмите, чтобы применить кол и оглушить врага. Ух ты. Нажмите, чтобы ускорить оглушение врага. Получите кровь. Опа.
A strength I never knew I had.
Нажать все 2, чтобы применить навык вампира. О, на двоечку он когтями лупит. Блин, тут кнопок много оказывается. Блин, я не сказал бы, что легко сражаться. Ну так сложновато. Щит. А что у него там за дробаш такой? Я уже не человек. Давно ты не человек. О, что-то остается. Ну тут, походу, тут же стелсить нельзя, да? Я так понимаю, тут всегда открытый бой. Посмотри. Да, тут свободный мир. Да, там писалось об этом. Ну сейчас я смотреть точно не буду видео это. Потом посмотрю. Я думал, там картинка какая-то. Абу, привет, нормально. Как ты, выспался? Вступай в армию. Королю и стране. Вступай в армию, потом помоги на фронте. Ну вот, да, там карта похожа как GTA, вот какая-то, ну. На этот раз ты выспался, молодец. Так, это пропаганда армейская.
If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Он прыгать не умеет, он умеет только уворачиваться вот таким вот способом. Ты что-то кушаешь? Нет, я кофе, наверное, пью. Не кушать не кушаю. Может, микрофон надо дальше оттянуть, чтоб не было слышно. Чмяканье этот, чтоб этот... Как это называется? Фига себе, я крысу съел. АСМР, вот называется как.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Чавканье, не.
I cannot enter.
Сейчас это называется АСМР. Новое слово. Чавканье — это такое. СМР стрим. Это микрофон на максимум чувствительности, всякие эти лишние звуки. Вот как он умеет передвигаться, видишь? По кнопке.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Так, осталось 10 метров. Мышка.
I have this thirst for blood.
Но это у него такие прыжки. Он так перемещается. Он еще молодой вампир. Вот и он говорит, что голова не кружится. Раньше у него все кружилось.
What will London have to say to me?
О, бабло, бабло.
I cannot enter. I've so many questions unanswered.
Но я в смысле имею, что он молодой вампир. Когда он вампиром стал, он еще только второй день вампир. Я про это, а не про его конкретный возраст. До северного берега.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Завтра он встретит Джейсона из «Сумерек». Вы чтобы... О, чутье, это как у этого, у ассасина. Пьем, чем не ассасин? Сижу в наушниках, как будто мухи летают сквозь уши. Вот я управляю персонажем, похож на меня. Куда это я забрал? Правда, я без бороды. Не, он не похож на меня, я шучу.
Where has everyone gone? There is no one in sight.
Ладно, пойдем дальше лутать, потом будем, пойдем уже по этому. По следу. Пойдем по следу. Почему-то всегда лица ютуберов поначалу не совпадают с их голосами. Ну, естественно, потому что по голосу представляется совсем другое. Абу, вот сколько ты мне лет дашь? Ну вот по голосу, сколько мне лет? Ты, видимо, еще не знаешь. Все остальные, я так думаю, знаю. Ну, по крайней мере, Игорь и Святослав точно знает. Убежище, чтобы найти его, откройте карту. Убежище. На убежище здесь можно отдохнуть, потратить опыт и создать предметы. По голосу 15-17, но чувствую тебя выше 23 лет. Прямо чую. Выше, ну выше это точно. Игорь, я думаю, 54 года, да. Пятьдесят 54. Патроны. Фига себе. А что ты не собираешь патроны? Что карманов не хватает? Или чё? Ты сам-то что ли в школе, что тебе 54? Не, ну мне не 54, мне гораздо меньше. Но я уже достаточно взрослый мужик. У меня уже ребенку 16 лет. Так что... Создавать предметы. Лечение, лекарства, сыворотки, детали для улучшения оружия. Ну, Святослав, типа ты не знаешь, сколько мне лет. Да, вот мне 39 лет. Рукоятка. Старый и молодой. Нет, я достаточно, как говорил Карлсон, мужчина в полном рассвете сил. Женя, привет. Что не совсем понимаю, как тут предметы. Бутылка алкоголя. Угу. Можно его вообще разобрать. На какую концовку? Вон еще Женя знает про концовку. Я не знал, что тут вообще несколько концовок. Я ничего тебе не скажу. Какая получится, на ту и пойду. Ну, по лицу сложно сказать моему, что мне 39 лет, так что ты точно не поверишь. Так, ладно. Прохладно. Их 3. Ладно, давайте не будем про концовки. Какая получится, на то и пойдем. Состояние организма. Так, организм, стойкость, кровь. Увеличивает запас здоровья. Ну, это тоже лишним не будет, честно говоря. Запас здоровья. Так, вот это, что это такая? Стойкость, увеличить запас выносливости. Выносливость тоже неплохо. Так, запас крови. Ну, блин, тут все хорошие навыки. Блин, все хорошие навыки. Весь мир, где грязят уничтожением всему человечеству, и бац, метеорит. Да. Укус? А где укус? А, вот укус. Сильный укус? Ну да. Не хватает. Хорошо, буду качать укус. Свертывание. А чё он не хочет вот эти вот патроны пополнить? Кстати, по поводу пистолета, как его заиметь в руку. Скажи, как будешь всех выпивать или нет? Но это средняя сложность. Там написано, если ты хочешь прокачиваться, то надо мирных жителей смоктать, я так понимаю.
That's strange. The trail is very erratic, as if the killer was drunk or hesitant.
Опа. Информация, G спрятать. Неизвестно. Что это такое? Какая-то девушка. Что тут вообще такое происходит? Кто эти люди? А качество крови?
At last, a little life.
Нет, я не видел Рамштайна, но я там читал, что у них какой-то там Что-то там интересное у них вышло там на 10 минут.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle.
Whoever he may be, the killer recently...
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
Чего? Что происходит? Что за место? Вы не хотели со мной поговорить? Так.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
Убийство.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
Я прошел игру уже. Я в конце стал топ-вампиром.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Ну да.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Где-то здесь ходят. Куда-то ж сюда зашел.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found.
В принципе, все
Do
одно
the
и то же.
police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our...
Это все одинаково.
Where am I?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest.
Это все одинаково.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
За неделю вперед. Отлично.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
А тут же просто так вот сохраниться нельзя, да? Игровой процесс. Ну да. Так, с ними я со всеми потрещал. Может, тут что-то найти можно? Бухло и тушенка. Так, нифига тут нету.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Ну, послух. Чувствую.
You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word with anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
Доктор Эдгар Суанси. Проиграй в сатаниста. Не, я посмотрю, что это такое. Так, хорошо. 6000 опыта. Качественная кровь. Если его смоктануть, то можно налутать 6000 опыта. Прикольно. Привет, Макс. Так. Сначала вы.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them, biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
Такого, как вы. Святослав, ты вот не успокоишься, смотрю.
You can't be serious. I'm not a... No.
Типа я не понимаю. Нет, я не вампир.
Vampire.
Я пью кровь, но я не вампир.
Believe me, this is very real. You are a vampire.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Так, с кем вы говорили?
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docs have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Не успокоюсь. Чё так сложно? Да, оно-то не сложно. Но просто я этого не хочу. Зачем?
And what exactly is this brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Придет время, застримлю с вебкой. А сейчас нет, потому что, ну, возможность есть, но пока не надо. Пока не надо.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Что я, блин, подумал о другом?
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Если вы найдете убийцу.
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Расспросить местных. На пару секунд покажи лицо. Да нет, не будет этого. В ближайшее время точно. Так. Карта. Тут убежище. ТДН. Ничем не болеет. Тут уже есть информация. 6000 опыта. Блин, если засмоктать. 2500.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Что-то скрывает.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few...
Well, if you...
Так.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Индикатор качества крови указывает, сколько опыта вы получите, если выпьете кровь горожанина. Так, найденные подсказки увеличивает опыт. Интересно. Тебе 700. Так, хорошо.
Hello, sir.
You're still ugly.
Так, а у тебя нету никакой информации.
I'll leave you to your
Welcome back.
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Как решил проходить будешь? Я даже никак еще не решал. Буду проходить, как будет получаться. Конкретно у меня нету ответа. Окей, Святослав, хорошо. Конкретного нету, как получится. Ну, в смысле, убивать их или не убивать. Так, подсказки.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Зачем вы сказали, где он сейчас?
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Осмотреть лодки. Так, где у нас эти лодки?
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Через сюда не пройти. Надо выходить с бара.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city?
Ну, такая необычная игра. Мне нравится.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Так, осмотреть костюм.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. What's this? Some sort of note.
И побыстрее. Заказ, внимание, судя по недавним сообщениям, это вампир очень агрессивен. Действительно. Ясно.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters.
Колдырь он.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Нормально, он тут на вечер только бухла столько.
There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Тыдын. Так, идите по кровавому следу. Опа, охотник. Сопротивление. А вот еще охотник 3-го уровня. Прикольно. Блин, а как-то... Неужели тут постелсить нельзя? Т. Скрытая атака. О. А, так я его не убиваю с первого раза. Патроны, 6 штук. Оружие дальнего боя. Чтобы применить оружие дальнего боя, это оружие наносит обычный урон и урон при оглушении.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Тут кол стоит. А как мне оружие применить? Я совсем не особо не понял. Сыворотка. А вот ТДН. Это мне, наверное, в первую ячейку надо его вставить вместо кола. Так, ТДН, изменить пистолет. Щет, он сразу выстреливает. Можно же как-то быстро менять. По идее. Нажмите В, чтобы найти поблизости врага, убить и увидеть досье. Сопротивление. Устойчивое к определенным видам орудия. Постоянное сочетание. Так, физический ближний бой и дальний бой. Среднюю устойчивость. Красный цвет означает высокую устойчивость. А, ему до лампочки моя стрельба.
This one's mine!
Щет. Блин, я еще так, честно говоря, не могу привыкнуть к атаке, как он тут сражается. Немножко сложновато мне еще.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. I said stay away, sir. That's this nest of them cleaned out. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Стрельба до лампочки. Как мне ж поменять вот это вот? По идее, как-то можно. О, С. Отлично. Победил, ну такое себе. Как-то я сделал, что он пешком ходит. Ну что это нажал? О, Б. Б он пешком ходит. Навыка, тактика. Что заключается? Угу, ясно. Это информация для охотников. О, Патрики. Так, можно наверх запрыгнуть. У него сопротивление к этому, к моей мачете.
Stay away! Over there! There's one of them birds!
Опа. Старая пара. Прикольно. Ну-ка, ну-ка. Тыдын. А, нет. Я только здесь могу, да, оружие ставить. Рядом с убежищами, чтобы быстро их найти. Найти в... Вот они, крыски. А вон убежище. А он не хочет их уже кушать. Наелся. Набрал запчасти какие-то. Предметов. Так, это предметы изготовить. Нажмите D. Ну, 5 штук есть. Скола нету. Этого нету. Кол нету. Этого тоже нету. Ничего, попробуй насобирай. Барахла. можно разобрать, переработать. Так, 500 единиц у меня. Говорят, что вот это вот хорошая вещь. Укус. А что ты там ссылочки какие-то кидаешь в Инстаграм? 300, у меня только 200. Чё, как? Нормально? Потихоньку изучаю. Свертывание. 300. Атака. 2000. Где ж столько налутать-то? Это надо только этих пить кровь, чтобы прокачаться. Ладно. Мне нравится игра необычная. Я не играл в такие. Ну тут элементы РПГ, как бы надо немножко. Скоро я начну играть в эти РПГшные игры. Тот же Dark Soul, тот же этот, как он называется, Dragon Age, вот. Там и глядишь в Секиру поиграю, которую сейчас очень такая, блин, никто не может там многих боссов победить, очень такая жесткая игра. Проиграю прототип игру. А что за прототип? Так, мышки, мышки, мышки. Ты. Понравится. Ну, это потом посмотрим. Вначале... О, бандиты появились. Вначале поиграем в эти игры. Я ж вас убил уже. Ну, пройди игру Ассасин. Не, ну Ассасин, конечно, пройду. И получается, появляется снова. Как бы неплохо. На них можно полутать и опыт.
Last warning, sir. Over there.
Какой цвет глаз? Какой у меня цвет глаз, я не помню. Голубые у меня глаза, о, точно. Сижу, вспоминаю.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Ну вот и сейчас нормальные ресурсы лутают, хорошо. Для прокачки. Так, там чувак неизвестный. Двуручное оружие. Чтобы задействовать особые свойства двуручного оружия, выберите, нажмите 2 кнопку напрямик. Глушите его. Чё? А что-то у меня сразу... двуручная, но только в две руки.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I can't stand it anymore.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Нифига себе какой-то. Ох ты смотри, босс какой-то. Аккуратненько. Что пропустил? Высос сделай. А как это делать? Чуть не знаю, как это делать. Я стараюсь убить его. А это надо было колом его. Чтобы высос сделать, да? Высос я никакой не сделал.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Блокируй дар и пей кровь. Ну, блокировать-то я только могу уворачиваться, как по-другому блокировать.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
А, она тоже такая необычная вампирша. Жизнь регенить будешь.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat, and we can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Блин, он ХП мне всосал. Ограничил. Чтоб пить кровь, мне надо было вот кол этот поставить, да?
This poor creature can't be my maker.
Образец крови.
Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Чтобы мне восстановить всю кровь, надо, я так понимаю, отдохнуть.
It's locked.
Ага, надо, значит, на корабль. Окей.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Еще мы не плывем.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
На работу ночную предлагает мне. В принципе,
It
вариант.
seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. I'm coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Так уже руку пожимал.
I cannot enter.
Доставьте меня в больницу. Блин, у меня так и не восстановилось ХП. Так, хорошо.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that. Nah, it's my turn.
Что там такое? Нифига себе.
Rotten all-pressy. Each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Bastard, give me a good poke. Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Скотина. Надо...
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
All right, right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Качество крови указывает на то, что сколько единиц опыта вы получите. 500. Постоянных глаз. Если ваш уровень гипноза равен уровню сопротивления жертвы или переводит. Ага.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Что он опять тут вылез, меня тут заманивает.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
1000.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she...
Прикольно. Существуют, так сказать, эти энергетические вампиры, которые, когда с ними стоишь рядом, находишься или разговариваешь, такое ощущение, что ты со временем слабеешь, у тебя начинает голова болеть. Это, так сказать, он высасывает твою энергию таким образом. Вот, а такие, которые кровь сосут, ну, навряд ли нет.
Would be a damn fine practitioner.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Это ты? Что он там сказал?
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Мне нельзя на солнце идти. Ну, с тобой уже обо всем поговорил, можно сказать.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Дальше не помню, что там. Так, давайте поговорим с этой чувихой. Привести нас привести, да?
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Ты чё, она засохшая? Фу.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Так, у меня есть пару
I would like to
вопросов.
ask a few questions first.
Так.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Так, давайте мы тут пробежим. Может, я там что упустил? Вкусное. О! Барахло. Ты видишь, нашел барахла немножко. Так, хорошо, далеко не будем отдаляться. Пойдем в кабинет свой. Вот, вот здесь какая-то комната. А, это я в госпиталь зашел, так сказать, с другой стороны.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work. And to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too. But that means I need both.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Как начнет как кровь увидит, и хана тебе будет. О-о-о.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
850 опыта. Да, я играл в Portal в первую часть давно. Во время войны.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Так, этого немножко на информацию раскрутили.
What can I do for you, doctor?
Второе продолжение.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Ну, как-нибудь, да. Потом, все потом. Так сказать, всему своя очередь.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here?
No,
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
По силе Assassin's Creed после. Я же тебе говорил, потом будет Ассасин. Да, Святослав, ты меня не слушаешь, наверное.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Я тебя не понял.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Doctor.
Так, ну-ка, что за чувиха?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Учительница.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that...
Ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка.
Bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Кто готов заплатить? Нет, я не знаю такой фильм. Зеленый слоник. Так, это вымогательство. Разделяю ваши чувства.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Нету личных вопросов.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Don't waste your time with me.
Так, а у тебя может...
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Я узнаю.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Не, ну, само название какое-то странное. Почему вас привезли сюда? О.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured, you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Лучше индийские фильмы, чем это смотреть.
How painful.
So painful,
Why did
my mother...
I have to go.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Так, у тебя какие-то вопросы? Ничего нету.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Ладно. Так, с вами тут немножко потерли.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm
Да,
convinced
давай,
it's the future.
скинь. Мне интересно уже стало, что там за такой кислотный фильм.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical.
Чё? Тоже с кровью пока не были успешными. Я тебя понял.
You may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Как-то страшно тебе пока. А зачем ты тогда завел этот разговор про этот фильм и спросил у меня, скинуть ли тебе? Если ты так сказал А, тогда давай Б, уже договаривай, уже сбрасывай. Чё тут бояться?
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research. Yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Новое расследование. Прикольно. Причем тут вообще это фильм, модер и забанишь.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Ясно. Немножко тут. Так, здесь какая-то. О. Я скинул. Да, я видел, там пришло. Спасибо. Переутомление. Средство от переутомления надо лекарство мне сделать. Прикольно. Так, теперь это какое-то расследование. Мне как-то неизвестный. Добраться до аптечки. Блин. Маркер игрока. Маркеров наставил тут. Так, а если с тобой снова...
Good evening, doctor.
Что-то новое тут появилось. О.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Случайно встретил, зря поинтересовался. Я понял. Так, хорошо. Тут я что-то выяснил. Добраться до аптечки. Привет, Абу. Так, может, у тебя есть какая-то информация? Нет у него больше информации никакой.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Давай, Святослав, спокойно.
I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
А, я ему не нравлюсь.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Как хорошо у вас, то есть в России там время на 3 часа раньше, чем в Казахстане. Но я не в России живу, я живу в Беларуси, но в принципе время у нас одно и то же.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time.
Так. Тут какое-то место есть. Так, тут я зашел. Тут я прошел. Ну, к этому чувачку сбегать.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
I have to go now.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Надо лекарство сделать.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I'm quite busy.
Thank you for your time.
Где эту аптечку найти?
Don't waste your time with me.
It's locked. Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye for now.
I always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
With you at our side, Dr. Reed, I know that Pembroke will prevail and survive.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if...
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
I'm really sorry, sir. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Milton Hawks.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh,
Vampир.
Sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Новое расследование, ничего себе.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nook.
Что там надо исследование еще одно? Ничем не болеет. А, можно какое-то одно только выделить. Ладно. Так, с тобой трещал. Так, неизвестный чувак.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much...
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same.
Goodbye for now.
Damn.
The pain.
It's here again.
Good evening.
I need blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Goodbye for now.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say all...
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and...
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not...
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a...
What is the general situation in the East End, Doc?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the doc...
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my...
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is...
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton?
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton?
Not at all.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical top.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke?
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again.
Fear and disgust on every
I cannot enter.
Так,
daily
хорошо.
routine.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Doc.
Там какой-то еще этот чувак, я с ним не трещал.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, Remember, I may have something for you.
Торговать можно.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing...
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civil...
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean. Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or building.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital?
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I'd like to see you.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody...
Ну-ка, что у вас там есть купить? Дробовик Милтона. 200 300 монет. Сколько у меня вообще денег? 115. Патроны, картечь. 32. Дорого ты продаешься. Масло. Продать. Нет, поезд. Ладно, пока повременим.
Good evening, nurse.
Dr. Swan...
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your new...
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of...
Я тебя не знаю.
How are things here?
No.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but...
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them? Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
$3000. Фига себе, блин. Какая ты вкусная.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse.
Так, ладно. Добраться до аптечки. А где эта аптечка находится? Так, вот сюда можно еще сбегать.
It's locked.
Да, время быстро летит, ура, уже 11. Надо уже заканчивать. Надо идти сохраняться. Опа. Что это? Старая пила. Сентября.
It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Так, добрался я до кабинета своего. Сейчас полутаем. Сколько тут оружия, ты смотри, старый. Острый меч. Обучение какое? Что это такое было? А что-то за этот... Что-то за телепорт, я чуть не понял.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Ладно. Средство от переутомления. Хинин нужен еще. Где-то купить надо.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Она там сохраняться уже. Так, что мы можем улучшить? Кровь. Запас крови. Укус 100%. Укус надо улучшить. $1300. $2000. Ну-ну. Ладно, пока придержим. Болезни. Чем больше убивается, тем опаснее становится район. Если состояние здоровья у жителей района. Да, я сейчас буду заканчивать. Погрузиться в хаос. Да, да. А, я этого чувака замочил. Ладно. Стабильная. Это ты вот работаешь и не успеешь стрим заранее, ведь так? Не, я когда успеваю, я превьюшку выкидываю заранее. А иногда бывает, что я не успеваю вернуться домой, да. Переутомление.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Так, ладно. Все тогда. Пока-пока. Спасибо за компанию. Да, я занимаюсь спортом. По возможности. Хорошо, завтра отвечу на все вопросы, так что пока, до завтра.